Good Sunday morning. We're going to talk about Tropical Storm Milton, which will develop into Hurricane Milton later on this afternoon, if not early morning Monday. And let's go ahead and get right into that. So here we are. Let's see, Oklahoma here, and the Gulf of Mexico. So we have a pretty decent environment for this storm to develop very, very rapidly. There's no shear down here with very, very warm water, so it is really getting its act together as of now. The 7 a.m. update from the Hurricane Center puts this as a tropical storm with 60-mile-an-hour maximum winds. Once it gets up to 74 miles an hour, it would be then classified as a Category 1 hurricane, and then so on. So I want to look at some stuff here. I'm going to take these overlays off, and this is current as of 7 a.m. So these are the spaghetti plot lines here, and these are multiple models that will try to predict the strength and path of this storm. So there's a pretty good consensus of a western Florida panhandle landfall, with most leaning towards a Tampa Bay area direct hit. So definitely your higher populated areas, and then as it goes through Tampa, you also have Orlando, and this storm is going to blow through Florida and still maintain its hurricane strength all the way back out to the Atlantic. So a path like this, a storm developing here and taking a path like this directly to the northeast is very, very rare. It really does not happen that often. Usually they'll come up through the bay here and then kind of turn off to the northeast. This one's developing here, and it's going to just take a full-fledged trek right into Florida. And where you have situations like this, where you have big problems with this, is as this storm pushes to the east, it's continually going to be piling water up ahead of it. So your storm surge, as it impacts the Florida west coast, will be tremendous. I mean, 10-20 foot storm surge. And the other factor with this, which is this is just really, we can almost call this a worst case scenario really, is you already have convection ahead of this storm. So you have rain, you're going to have saturated grounds. They just had the impact from Helene, less than 10 days ago. So yeah, this is just really not a good situation for anything. It's just the absolute worst case scenario likely to happen in this circumstance. So let's go ahead and look at some things here. So as I said, at 7 a.m. Central Time, we have a 60-mile-an-hour tropical storm, and it's projected to be at hurricane strength right around midnight, 1 a.m. Monday. And then our landfall, here you have your cone of uncertainty, and they really call it this, is the cone of uncertainty. So you have a really large swath of which way this storm can go. You have about a 300 or 400 mile range here. But the consensus, as I said, is right around a Tampa Bay landfall. Either way, the West Florida coast, it will get impacted by this one way or another. It may not be Tampa. It could go a little further north or a little bit further south. So let's look into some things here. And what I want to do, and again, the National Hurricane Center are the ones to go to for this. So watch your people on social media that act like they know more than they do, or they have different scenarios, or they just they have millions and millions of dollars of disposable assets. They have reconnaissance, they have the Coast Guard, they have the Navy, the Air Force. I mean, the full backing of the government behind them. So someone on a computer sitting here watching models and stuff like this, if they're going to start telling you things that deviate from the official forecast, don't take that with much certainty. But it does, as I said, look like a worst case scenario in this situation. Will it be as bad as what happened in North Carolina? In a different matter, it probably could be, for sure. absolutely. I mean, North Carolina, that area in North Carolina was devastated, and it's, we're up to over 200 deaths in that situation. This will be a much more populated area that this goes through, and it's going to go all the way through Florida. It could hit Tampa and all the way into Orlando. So really, some of the more populated areas of Florida. But I want to go through this here. And this is the European model. And we're going to show the progression of this storm. So this is Tuesday night. And then we have Wednesday. This is Wednesday morning. Now, it's not really going to matter, honestly, if this is a Category 1 or a Category 3 as far as storm surge goes. It's going to be the same result. Your wind intensity around the eye wall will be obviously more with the Category 3 or 4. But the European model has this as, so you have a 979, 980 millibar storm, which that's probably going to be around a Category 2 as far as what the European model has. And here it takes it right into Tampa Bay Wednesday afternoon. And then we'll go ahead and check the GFS just for comparison. So here we go again. Now here's the difference. There's a big difference between the GFS and the European as far as the model goes. So 958 millibars. The lower the pressures, the stronger the winds are going to be, right? So 958 millibar, 953. And it has a landfall at about 950 millibars. Right around the same area. But this is going to be, yeah, very close in 954. So that could be a Category 3, possibly a 4, so 120 mile an hour winds. But the storm surge, as I said, in both scenarios, what happens here is, as this storm is going, with the path it's taking, it is piling up water ahead of it all the way through. So as this storm okay, there we go. As this storm pushes towards the Florida coast, I mean, really, it's just a pretty bad situation here. This is just not. This is not going to be good for sure. So anyway, I just wanted to talk to you guys about what was going on here. I'll do some stuff for Oklahoma. We're going to be Oklahoma is not going to be impacted by this directly by any means, but when you have a storm of this magnitude, just like Helene, they will disrupt the upper level pattern for the whole United States, really. I'll zoom out here, show you here. Let me find something here. So here's our pattern now. Not a lot going on here. You have your trough down here in the northeast. And then high pressure tries to build in here. Yeah, this may not have too much of an impact on the upper levels here. It's so far south. But as you watch down there, as that storm goes through Florida, and it gets caught in that trough, and it pretty much gets sheared out or shredded apart. So it will be gone through Florida and very little impact anywhere else. If it may just be a total Florida impact. But I'm gonna go ahead and go forward here for us. Not a lot going on here. I mean, your upper level flow is up here. We don't have a tropical jet right now, a southern branch. and all the way through. This is the 15th. Just nothing at all. And I guess we should be grateful. At least we're not, being impacted like they are in the out east. We'll look at the temperatures here real quick. Yeah. Just not a lot going on. So we're going to be stuck in the 80s, low 90s for quite some time. But anyway, thanks for following, and I'm going to keep watching this tropical situation and get back with you, and just hope you enjoy this content. I'm not trying to hype anything up or push any agendas here. Just, I know a lot of you are interested in the weather and you like to see what's going on, so I just like to give you my perspective, especially when we have not a lot going on here in Oklahoma. So appreciate you following, and I will update a few times a week.